Okay, the time's up, Paul. Next.
Thank you. No way, Jose. I have a question,
Okay.
a serious one. You know what's going on in Ocala? I assume that you do with Jade Helm. Florida was added to the list after the other states were put together. And we want to know, we read all the stuff about what's going on, but we want to know factually the state of Florida and Charlotte County in particular, what impact does that have on us? And as sheriff, if somebody comes to town and they've got no business here, are you going to be a constitutional sheriff and support us?
I knew that was going to be one of your questions. When I first came back, you know, I was on vacation. When I first came back, that's when I heard about the Ocala thing, and I checked into it. And from what I was told so far, there's been no talk about the Jade Helm coming to Florida or in Ocala, but there is a state park up there where they are allowed to permit, where they do training. So I don't know if this is something different. I'm still trying to follow up on it. But as for Jade Helm, I think it was late last year or maybe early this year, I did get some notice from the feds that the training was going to be going on nationwide. I did some research on it myself, and I know that a lot of people are concerned that they're going to instill martial law. Honestly, I'm not concerned with that.
What are you concerned with then?
What I'm seeing is basically that, like in law enforcement, we prepare for the worst and hope for the best. From what I've seen, they're trying to prepare if, God forbid, something happens here on the homeland. And we've had so many cells pop up with regards to ISIS, they probably don't want to take a chance. But if, God forbid, that was in the back of their minds to take over as martial law, I really don't think that any of your sheriffs or any of your law enforcement leaders, for that matter, are going to stand for it. None of them. You even saw what the governor of Texas did. He's keeping a watchful eye on them. So a lot of your government officials are not going to allow it. So I'm not really concerned about it. We're going to keep an eye on it, but I don't think so. And you got to remember too, the people in the military, your brothers, your sisters, your children. Do you really think that they're going to turn on you? But do you think they're going to turn on you? I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't know what
But,
borders are.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
But like I said, right now, I'm not concerned that there's going to be some martial law takeover, but we are watching it. And yes, I could tell you, I've talked to other sheriffs, we're going to stand in the way. That's what we're here for. That's not the United States. No.
That's what I wanted to know, because you may have to enlarge your jail to put all us in there to keep it safe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to add to what the lady said. And do you agree that the fear of Jade Helm coming in is that that the government is basically their end game is that they know that the sheriff is the supreme law of the land, and he's basically, let's say, inciting violence, as you opened up when we first started speaking about it, kind of inciting violence through mainstream media to get the people against the sheriff, or getting people against to listen to law enforcement. Do you agree that Jade Helm is a real thing, and the end goal is to have a nationalized police rather than a local police?
Well, I know that's been mentioned. I believe Obama himself has mentioned that. I think Hillary mentioned that in one of her speeches too. If they had their way, they probably would. I don't think they're strong enough to do that. I think the people are much stronger than them, and he's finding that out. I'm very disappointed in the president, but actually I'm very disappointed in the Senate and Congress right now too, because all I see is infighting and threats. That's all I see. Together they're bringing the nation down, and whoever gets elected next year, I think we need somebody who's got a different point of view, who's coming from the outside, who's not a career politician. So we all need to do our homework on who we're going to vote for next year.
Or now, lastly, if any other government official in this county, if they actually help that part of the government that is trying to take over next year, and it actually is a crime, as I understand it, following the Constitution, will you arrest them against that crime against America?
Oh, absolutely. But honestly, I believe your elected officials here in the county, I don't think you're gonna have problems with any of those. Because we work very well together. I know where they stand. So, and they're for you.